It's interesting to have a conversation about a bioreactor and think of the total life cycle and how the pharmaceutical industry's changed.
A 2,500 liter bioreactor is a lot different than making, say, a 50 or 100 liter size reactor.
What Kuhner has done with their 2,500 liter reactor is create a nice hybrid system for the industry where they can incorporate the single use and get that flexibility.
This larger chamber, we actually use a blown film. And so a blown film doesn't require any side seams.
We run a mechanical stress test on your bag, and I think over 100 days, and it worked. And that was the best sign for us to work with you together.
So we can offer our customers customized bag for their needs, but does this change a lot of the costs of them?
Customization is one of our specialties. It's something that we bring as a value add to our customers. They need something, new to world, or I've got this idea, can you help me figure it out, right? Kuhner and Entegris together have kind of felt the benefit of that.
So our machines are not in direct contact with our product, so our culture, but the bags are. Customer always request leachables and extractable studies.
We can detect particulates that are orders of magnitude higher than what is necessary for the biopharmaceutical industry.
We have organizations also here in Europe, and the one organization we are part of is the organization DECIMA. And DECIMA has working groups, and one working group is the single-use working group. And here we are a member in this working group. We focus on different things in these working groups. It's also leachables and extractables, but also, and that is for us quite important, engineering parameters. And so the DECIMA group provides methods how to determine scale-up parameters in single-use bioreactors. And with this method, we are characterizing our orbital shaken bioreactors, and we get scale-up parameters like KLA value and, for example, like also mixing time. And these quite valuable engineering parameters we can give to our customers then, and then it's for them quite easy to scale up from a shake class to 2,500 liter tank, or, for example, to compare a steel bioreactor with our orbital shaker bioreactor, because all these engineering parameters and methods, these are all standardized.
During a time when global supply chains were turned completely upside down and diversion of plastics to, at this point, PPE and other hospital and other associated products would potentially be a real risk factor, I would suppose, for someone who's running a bioreactor needing to manufacture something.
We've been able to leverage the strength of Entegris globally.
We have structured a tiered approach to our most critical components, but also a tiered approach to our most critical suppliers for those components.
With our strong logistics supply, we actually saw what the effects of COVID were going to be before most of the market did, because of our ties over in Asia with where we're doing production. So as soon as we noticed that something like that was going to occur, our CEO and our supply chain already put things in place to make sure that we would be able to continue continuity of supply to our customers.
There's always going to be the products that need the very large production facility with hundreds of thousands of liters running through them in single reactors, but it's also true that by having this flexibility and this scale, we've reduced the footprint, we've reduced the environmental demand, really, and still allowed more flexibility.
One of the key problems that CMOs face in the industry is you have a pipe set and you've designed that steel which is rigid and it's in place and it's validated. Anytime you need to cut that steel, you've got to notify every customer about every product that's manufactured on that. It actually ends up, and studies have shown that the carbon footprint of single-use components is actually lower over its lifetime than having to repeatedly clean that bioreactor over and over and over.
So less energy is going in, less things are consumed in terms of the distilled water, the WIFI, the purified water, the steam needed to sterilize. But even while reducing all of those consumptive things that our partners must do, we've given them more flexibility. And so it's a really interesting story, I think, to consider when you look at sustainability with these disposables.